Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here to welcome you to the land of the Ngannawal people. But before I go into my welcome, I feel sad and disappointed with Australians that they didn't support us with the voice. It was really a simple gesture. And we're talking about taxes here this morning. We're talking about future. We're talking about money being wasted. Well, this was a chance for taxpayers of Australia to walk with us and to save money, and it wasn't being spent in the wrong places, and why this gap will never be closed, why our young people will be over-incarcerated constantly. I have 28 grandchildren. I've just had 2 new great-grandchildren. My biggest concern for them in their future is, will they have a voice when they grow up? Will the gap be closed by the time they grow up? Will over-incarcerations be addressed? So that might be something for you to talk about as well. We are the only city. We're the only city in Australia that voted yes, Canberra, and I thank them from the bottom of my heart. And I've had a couple of newspapers ring me and say, why do you think Canberra voted yes? Because I think they listened and they understood what we really wanted. It was the voice, self-determination. It was going to be people elected from communities to sit there that sees what's happening 24/7 in communities. And my little nephew, I've had him since he was 2-year-old. He's 10 now, and he was eavesdropping when we were talking. And he's popped up and said, I know why Canberra voted yes. I said, why, Arnie? He said, because I think all Canberra people are the most brainiest people in Australia. And you know what? I'm starting to think he's right. So, welcome to the land of the Ngannawal people. This is my mother's country. My father is a Wiradjuri man, but I follow my mother's bloodline. I stand in this place this morning where once my ancestors before me stood, raised their children here, and my great-grandparents were one of those. I am a proud Ngannawal woman as I carry my ancestors in spirit, walking into the future, teaching the next generations about the oldest culture in the world, my culture, the Aboriginal culture. I'd like to pay my respects to my elders past, present and emerging, and extend that respect to any First Nations people here this morning as well. But I'd also like to acknowledge all the politicians that's going to be here, your executive for the summit here as well, Richard Dennison, how good is that? I remembered that. And all the non-Indigenous people here as well. But this next piece makes it so hard for me to say this, but because we're in Canberra, I'm so happy to say it. In keeping in the general spirit of friendship and reconciliation, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you to the land of the Ngannawal people. And on behalf of my family and the other Ngannawal families, I say welcome, welcome. And I wish you a successful day and hope some good outcomes. But don't forget us. We're there, so we need to be discussed as well. We need to walk together united. And because the voice, or we couldn't get this referendum, the yes vote up, I'm not sure where to from here, but maybe our Prime Minister, who I have so much respect for, because we've been waiting for 10 years for this, and he's the only one that had the guts to stand up and do it. And I thank Albanese from the bottom of my heart. Thank you all so much. God bless.
Thanks for watching, and a very special thank you to all our supporters who help keep us running. We're not funded by political parties or fossil fuel companies or government, but by people like you who know the importance of evidence-based research in shaping the critical decisions facing Australia. If you'd like to support us to continue exposing inconvenient truths, challenging vested interests, and explaining the big issues in plain English, please consider making a tax-deductible contribution today. Visit our website australiainstitute.org.au to find out more.